Now joining us to give us more insight is our international correspondent, Afua Hagan. Now, Afua, the stir in the Commons yesterday was down to this amendment. What were the main differences in what each of the political parties wanted, especially when calling for an end to fighting in Gaza?
Well, this is where we really drill down into the semantics of what each party wanted. So, first of all, you had the Scottish National Party, who were the opposition party who were actually chairing yesterday's vote. Remember, it was opposition day, so it was their rare opportunity to chair a debate, and they wanted it to be about Gaza. So, they said that they wanted an immediate ceasefire. They used the words that they wanted to stop the slaughter of innocent civilians, and they condemned the collective punishment of Palestinians. And that language alludes to Israel committing war crimes. So that's what the SNP wanted. They wanted an immediate ceasefire. The Labour Party wanted an immediate humanitarian ceasefire. It emphasized the role of Hamas as well as the role of Israel in pausing fighting, and they called for a rapid and unimpeded humanitarian aid to be let into Gaza. So the government wanted an immediate humanitarian pause as a best way to stop the fighting. They still stressed and supported Israel's right to defend itself. And they also supported moves towards a permanent, sustainable ceasefire. So it's different ways in talking about a ceasefire, basically. The SNP wanted an immediate ceasefire. Labour wanted an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, and the government wanted an immediate humanitarian pause. What's the difference between all of these things? Well, it really comes down to how you recognize each side's part in what is happening in Gaza. By the SNP, for instance, saying that they wanted to stop the use of collective punishment, that is implying that Israel's committed war crimes. By the government saying they wanted an immediate humanitarian pause, perhaps for aid to be let into Gaza and for hostages to be released, means that they are okay with fighting resuming because they're on the side of Israel retaining the right to defend itself. It does sound like semantics, it's drilling down into the language, but actually those little tweaks and the differences in phrasing amounts to very different things when it comes to Gaza and when it comes to Israel. But the biggest part of this is that nobody in Israel or Hamas will recognize anything that the UK Parliament are saying. So even though they can come out and say, you know, we want an immediate humanitarian pause or a ceasefire in Gaza, it actually won't make any difference.
Okay, Afua. Now, there's actually a lot of talk about Sir Lindsay Hoyle, the Speaker of the House of Commons this morning. Who is he?
Well, the Speaker of the House of Commons, who in this instance is Sir Lindsay Hoyle, he took over from Sir John Bercow in 2019. The Speaker of the House is the chair of the House, so to speak, and he is supposed to be neutral, so neither Conservative nor Labour, not in government, not in opposition. He is like the referee between these two sides, and it's his job to keep the peace in Parliament. Now, why there's been so much talk about Sir Lindsay Hoyle this morning is that a lot of people, especially in the SNP, feel that Sir Lindsay Hoyle isn't being impartial, that he came down on the side of the Labour opposition by allowing them to join the debate and in some ways hijack the debate. Lots of Tory MPs saying as well, look, he's clearly on the left. Now, so Lindsay Hoyle has come out and said that no, he's not that person, that he is neutral, that he is just chairing this debate. And what he wanted to do was make sure the MPs across the board had the right to vote on the many different propositions in this bill.
All right, well, thank you so much, Afua, for giving us that update.